Hey guys, so I've been wanting to try a couple things with the quad here lately. I have installed these new props. These are the Dell Prop Cyclones 5040Cs. Came in the quad box in December. Haven't had a chance to try those out yet. So I did put those on. I am going to go do one flight with the quad just like this. This is the Green Monster, so this thing is starting to become a lot more built based off of what comes in those quad boxes. I have been throwing a lot of the parts that come in those quad boxes on this quad. We are going to try these new props out on these motors. These motors are a little bit underpowered. I would like something a little bit more aggressive on here. And I do have... These are the T-Motor F40 V3 2400 kV motor. This has been out for a long time. This is an old motor, so this is not like a new motor by any means, but I haven't tried it yet, and I'm excited to try it because I know a lot of people, this is pretty much a proven motor that works very well and is very durable. Just feeling the magnets, I know that this thing's gonna have a lot more power than like the motors that I'm currently running. At least the motors that are on the Green Monster. Another thing that I've noticed about here is that the wires are actually 18 gauge on this motor, and I hadn't seen that on any motors. All the other motors I've ever tried have 20 gauge wires on them. So I'm excited to try these out, but first I'm gonna get a good baseline flight with the Green Monster, with the motors that are currently on there, just so I can feel how these new props feel, and then I'm gonna throw on these new motors and hit it again. One other thing before we head outside, I did come up with a way to mount a GoPro onto my radio, so you will be able to see what the sticks are doing while I'm flying on this. I'll overlay some footage and give you a little stick cam on this next flight, so let's go check it out.
Timer start.
Awful muddy out here, so don't crash. Yeah, I like these props though. Probably just because they're not beat up and they actually feel smooth. Probably oh, tree. Probably shouldn't be even recording myself on the first pack of the day. Let alone trying to talk while flying. So yeah, these props feel really good on these motors, but I mean, after flying Zwinger's quad last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, whatever it was now, I just blurped the throttle and I'm like way up there. And neither of my quads perform like that, so I'm really hoping that these other motors can perform a little bit closer to the way Zwinger's got his set up. I know I'm not doing anything too crazy right now. Just trying to get a feel for how these motors feel. Oh, soft targets over there. Look out for the kids. I'm just trying to get a feel for how these motors feel, so I can try and remember how this feels and have a good baseline for comparison on these next motors. I feel like I'm really over-rotating, probably because I'm used to flying that dang tiny whoop now.
30 seconds.
Alright, let's bring it in before we crash this thing. Hand catch, because it's muddy.
20 seconds.
I can't see it. Come here. Wait. Alright, let's go swap those motors out. There goes a sight from my soul. I only run 2 motor screws. I know some people run 4, a lot of people run 2, and a lot of people say they just run 2 screws to save weight, but I run 2 screws not for that reason. I run 2 screws just because I've actually run 4 screws in the past, and I'd end up in a situation where my motor would actually take a hard hit, kind of get tore off of the frame, the screw holes ruined basically. It'd pull the threads out and then wouldn't be able to use that motor anymore. So now I only run 2 screws just because if I ever have that happen again, it will only ruin those 2, and then I can always still use the motor. If the rest of the motor is still salvageable, I can still use the motor, just use the other 2 screw holes. So that's the reason why I only run 2 screws in my motors. So one thing that I always do when I build my quads is I always really pay close attention to where the ESC is mounted. I always try and get the distance from the ESC to the motor holes exactly the same. I don't really like messing around trying to get the wire length just right on all the motors. So I pay really close attention to where I mount the ESCs so that the motor length is the same across the board. So then I just go ahead and cut and tin all the motors, all the wire lengths are the same. It's just a lot easier that way. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. Alright, so I got the new motors installed and they look awesome. And I do like that little splash of orange that I put on the green monster. I think that looks pretty nice. So let's go try it out.
Timer start.
Alright, so starting to run out of light here, but enough light left to test these motors. I do need to change some settings on this FPV cam so I can see a little bit better though. Oh yeah. So these motors definitely have a lot more get up and go than what I'm used to on this quad at least. Which was just those motors that we got in the quad box. But yeah, these motors feel very smooth. Very responsive. Just feels like I have tons of hang time compared to what I'm used to, probably just because you barely blip the throttle and you're way up there. Wow. Pretty much overshooting everything. It's going to take some getting used to, definitely, but it's definitely a performance upgrade. No doubt about that.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would have pulled out of that with the old motors. Lighting conditions are very poor, so I should have maybe recorded some DVR footage here for you guys just to see how hard it is to see in this particular light. Pretty hard to see those branches, so hopefully I don't get caught in one, but
20 seconds.
I do like these motors.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time expired.
Alright, should probably bring it down before I crash here, but we got mud, so we're going to do a hand catch again. This is always hard for me since I don't have my glasses on when I'm trying to do the hand catch. There, nice and clean still. I do like the feel of these new motors. They definitely have a lot more power than the other motors that I had on here. I'd say they have the most power out of any of the motors that I've ever tried. which I haven't tried a lot of motors, but these are definitely a really good feeling motor, and they're very, very smooth, very responsive, and you get tons of hang time with this. I would say that this is probably going to be my go-to quad now. I have been kind of preferring the purple quad just because that one had more power than this one before. That has those DYS fire motors on it, 2300 kV, but these T motors seem to work very, very well on this setup. So I'm gonna go get maybe 1 or 2 more packs in while we have a little bit of daylight left. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, share, comment, do all the things. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
There goes a sight from my soul.